Welcome again to my course, Working in Child Protection Field. Our topic today is child mental health. We child protection workers should understand what is child mental health to be able to provide the best possible safe services to children that positively impact their lives. All our activities and effort should support child mental development. Added to that, a part of our duties in this field is to support and help families to understand what is child's mental health and try to raise their awareness about that. Therefore, it is a fundamental topic in child protection. What this topic is and what are its details, let's learn that in this short video. Child mental health can be defined as the mental well-being, the psychological and social aspects through which a child can fulfill his or her potential to be able to deal and cope with normal stresses and difficulties of life. Absence or lack of mental health can cause feeling tense or upset, may stop or slow child's growth, child decline, feeling intense negative emotions such as sadness, anger, and so on, physical health complaints, poor performance in school, child's isolation, fatigue, and etc. Anyway, in a previous video, specifically child protection basics, we learned about children's categories who have protection concerns. And in this video, we will add to what we've learned some of the prevalent psychological and social problems among children, and that will complete the categories we target in child protection field to support and provide them with assistance. Regarding the psychological and social aspects we are talking about, we don't mean the biological aspects or what is related to specialties of doctors, psychologists, or psychiatrists. Our services in child protection will be services as psychosocial support programs, case management program, child resilience programs, and so on. Back to our topic. We just mentioned that child mental health includes the psychological side and also the social side. The former includes thinking, feelings, emotions, behavior, and etc., while the latter includes relations and interaction with family members, with friends, society, and etc. And to know how these aspects can be affected, you should know that there are some factors that affect these aspects of the child positively and negatively. Let's see these factors. First factor is the child himself or herself. He or she can affect himself or herself positively and negatively. Same in the second factor, which is family. Also the community and the society. Also the socio-cultural norms and traditions. These factors can be positive and negative on the child's mental health. And to understand how these factors work and can affect the child's mental health, go to the video of child protection factors. We dedicated a separate video for this important topic. Moving to another important point, we earlier defined a child as any person under 18 years old, but child protection workers should know that this period of age can be divided into these stages, in which children's psychological and social aspects change with the age stage progress. Thinking, feelings, emotions, relations, interactions, needs, challenges, and problems all are different from one age stage to another. For instance, the frequent daily crying of an infant or toddler is something normal, while it is not with an adolescent. It may indicate that this adolescent has a psychological or social problem. Another example, being attached to parents for an infant or a toddler is something normal, but it is not for a teen or an adolescent. Thus, child protection workers need to understand these differences, should be able to identify children who need help, and should know how to deal with them. You can increase your knowledge about these differences simply by conducting a small search on the internet about these differences. Looking closely at the example we just mentioned about child attachment or connection to parents or to caregivers, it is something essential for child mental health, especially in the first years of age, and this attachment should decrease with the child's age progress. It is important because it provides support for the child's physical and mental development. It supports the child's relationships. It provides safety, security, and the other basic needs. It provides the rest times the child needs. It supports child to build resilience strategies. But we have important point here. There are two types of child bonding or attachment. The first type is called secure bonding, where the parent or the caregiver provides the child with safety, security, and other basic needs. This type of bonding is positive for child's mental health. While the second type is called insecure bonding, where the parent or the caregiver does not provide safety, security, and the other basic needs and can be aggressive, rude, tough with the child. This type of bonding or attachment will negatively affect the child's mental health. Now let's move to some of the prevalent psychological and social problems among children, which can positively and negatively affect child mental health. First, anxiety. Second, stress. Third, depression. 4, panic. Last, self-harm.
Depression, it's not just like sadness, it's like a lot of things. It's stress and tiredness.
You could be stressed for like not really a good reason. You're just like overwhelming yourself.
Like you have no energy when you're depressed and you're just like, don't want to do anything.
My breath gets really fast. My heart beats really fast.
As we mentioned, these problems sometimes can be positive and negative most of the time. Let's see. First, anxiety, which means fear or worry about something. Small amounts of anxiety and worry can help us to keep ourselves safe and protected from danger. But sometimes anxiety can make us feel like things are worse than they are, and we may feel overwhelmed. Constantly worrying or fear may lead to long-term anxiety. If anxiety is preventing children from doing things they enjoy, or if they feel anxious in non-stressful situation, it is important to get support to help them feel better. Children feel anxious about different things at different ages. Many of these fears are a normal part of growing up, and these are some anxiety symptoms. Second, stress. It is a common feeling we experience when we feel pressed, overwhelmed, or unable to cope. Small amounts of stress can be good for us and motivate us to achieve goals, such as taking a test or giving a speech, and etc. But too much of it, especially when it feels out of control, can negatively impact our mood, physical and mental health, and our relationships. Children as adults suffer from stress. As work-related stress is common among adults, most children experience stress when they cannot cope with difficult or painful situations, which may include school demands, exams, more homework, problems with friends, or when they face something new or unexpected, or when they face changes such as changing home, schools, chronic illness, financial problem in the family, or the death of a loved one. And these are some symptoms of stress. Third, depression, one of the most common types of mental health problems, and often develop along with anxiety. Depression can be mild and lasts for short time, or severe and long-lasting. Some people experience depression only once, while others may experience it several times. Depression can lead to suicide, but that can be prevented with good support. Depression can occur as a reaction to something such as abuse, violence at school, the death of someone close, or family problems such as domestic violence or family breakdown. A person may become depressed after being under stress for a long time, and these are some symptoms of depression. 4. Panic. It is a feeling of fear and anxiety that can suddenly overwhelm us. It is usually accompanied by severe physical symptoms such as dizziness, shortness of breath, and rapid heartbeat. Panic attack can result from anxiety caused by a difficult experience at home or at school, stress about things like exams, friendships, and relationships, death of a family member, a frightening experience such as abuse or neglect, a violent experience, and etc. And these are some panic symptoms. 5. Self-harm. Any behavior that causes self-harm as a way to deal with difficult feelings. Self-harm can result from a sudden life change, such as death, divorce, or moving from school, exam pressure, feeling extreme pressure, or fear of failure, witnessing or experiencing abuse at school or at home or in a relationship, feeling lonely, guilty, or unloved, low self-esteem or body image issues, criticism from family, friends, or teachers, and etc. There are some self-harm symptoms such as injuries, burns, bruises, scars, or carrying harmful objects such as knives, weapons, and etc. Or talking about feelings of pain, discomfort, weakness, illness, or dizziness, or addictive behaviors such as drugs and alcohol, feeling ashamed, disgusting, confused, or afraid, not eating or overeating, and etc. After these points, we have two important questions here. The first one is how parents can help in such cases. And the second question is how child protection workers can help and support these cases. Let's first see what parents can do. In such a case, parents should find out what is happening and identify the triggers. They should spend more time with the child and encouraging child's positive habits and promote positive thinking. They should let the child express him or herself and open up. They should protect the child from the stressful surroundings. As a parent, you should be calm in such case. Don't judge and act with empathy and sympathy and be a good example or a role model. And try to get specialized support. These are the points that parents can do to help their child if suffers from one of the problems we have shown. But what if the parents do not know these points or do not have such awareness? Here, child protection workers can play significant roles in helping the parents and the child. Child protection workers can do the following points. They can raise awareness of the child and the parents, especially the points we mentioned in this video. They can provide the child with psychosocial support services such as resilience programs, recreational and reintegration activities, and etc. They can provide the child with case management service, which includes some services for the parents or the entire family. They can link the child, also the parents, to services such as livelihood, health, education, and etc. They can improve child's life skills such as problem-solving skills, communication skills, self-care, and etc. They can provide the child with the other available child protection services such as food, clothes, stationery, cash, and etc. Also, they can advocate the rights and the needs of the child and the family in the governmental, humanitarian, or assistance institutions and agencies. And most of these points and topics are presented or explained in this course. That was everything about child mental health from my side. Thanks very much and see you in the next video.